Dan Bidondi for TruthRadioShow.com. Today is Wednesday, April 30th of 2014. And just last week, a child, I guess he had his Bible revoked from school. And this is not just about targeting religions, whatever. This is a point of freedom of speech, First Amendment, and also our Second Amendment as well. It's going to tie into this. A child is told, the students in the school, it's on free reading time. You can bring whatever book you want to read to yourself. Free reading time. He had his Bible taken away from him because it was the Bible. But it's okay to bring the Quran, and it's okay to bring Harry Potter witchcraft or satanic Bible or whatever you want in there in the school to read. But it's a Bible. You can't do that, because you're gonna keep God out of school, and you got to keep guns out of school. Guns is on your shirts, keychains, Pop-Tarts are shipped into guns, bubble guns. I mean, it is insane what's going on. The school systems are dumbing our kids down, as it is, with their dumbed down, watered down history and education. And the United States has fallen every year in the top of, I think we're about 49 now, in the top education countries in the world. And people say, well, we have a great education system. We don't. Our IQs are falling all the time. I mean, we have one of the lowest IQ average in the world. And I mean, it's just insane what's going on. And not to mention the mass dumbing down of society through the chemicals with the fluoride, the GMOs, geoengineering. I mean, they're dumbing our children down big time. And especially that horrible, disgusting box called the television. The disgusting, evil Disney Channel, the Illuminati-controlled Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, dumbing the kids down, and also not only mentally, but also spiritually, turning the kids into a breed of disrespectful, occultist-loving, bloodthirsty kids. And when I say bloodthirsty, in other words, like, they love violence. I mean, look at them. Your kid will spend hours a day playing Grand Theft Auto or some bloody game, and the parents let them do it. I know parents that let their kids play like games like Halo and all that, and it's disgusting. A child should not be, never alone an adult, a child should not be playing any games like that. Get them off the damn TVs, get them off the damn video games. Throw that damn iPad away. And now the thing is, most of all, folks, this all goes down. I'm not just blaming the schools. The parents are even bigger to blame. And the churches, they're even more bigger to blame. Because the churches should be on the front lines of this, but they're not. They're letting the kids learn that pollution called evolution in schools. And they're telling the kids, oh yeah, guns are bad. Instead of saying, hey kids, it was the barrel of a gun that won the American Revolution. Where if it wasn't for the second, you wouldn't have the rest. But no, we need to eliminate the Second Amendment. And they're getting kids to comply. And you even mention the word gun, and some kids get all frightened because all the false flags they pull, the stage attack at Sandy Hook and such. It's like, it's disgusting what's going on. And, the CPS gets involved. They molest your kids, CPS and the DHS. They molest your children when they got them under their care. I mean, more abuse happens under CPS custody than abuse of parents. And that's statistically proven as well. And speaking of statistics, when they took prayer out of school and all the so-called conspiracy stuff, what they call terrorism, they take terrorism out. That's what Homeland Security and the FBI call anybody who believes in the Bible is terrorist. That's Project Megiddo from the FBI. When they took that stuff out of school, tainted the national anthem, tainted the Pledge of Allegiance, and say, oh, kids, you're not supposed to do that no more. No more moment of silence. The school dropout rates went through the roof. The school violence went through the roof. The pregnancy rate went through the roof. The kids' morale went through it's astronomically out of control. They're more disobedient now than ever. I mean, it is unprecedented what's going on today with our children. And again, I don't blame the kids. I do not blame those poor kids, these poor souls. It's you, the parents, are to blame. Oh no, why blame me? Because the school's doing it, not me. Well, you have the power, okay? It's your child. Get off your fat asses. It pisses me off. And there's things called PTA meetings, parents, you could get involved. That's what they're there for. Even though the schools is trying to start to override the state is God. The state is your parent, not your parents. But you, the parents, are going to start getting off your fat asses and doing something. Never mind playing your stupid Candy Crush on your game, on your phones, or you're playing your Xboxes, you men out there, sitting on your Facebook all the time. Never mind that. Get off your fat asses, and excuse the language, people, but get off your fat asses and pay attention what your kids are doing. Pay attention to the crap that these kids are being learned in schools. It makes me sick and disgusted that the stuff has to go on. Our children are the victims, and you parents are sitting on your fat asses allowing it to happen. It makes me sick to my stomach. And those of you who call yourself parents allow this to happen, you're despicable. You deserve to be shot, literally. Like, not even exaggerating, you deserve to be shot to let your kid spiritually, mentally, and physically get harmed by the CPS, get harmed by the schools, get harmed by society, and you sit there and do jack crap about it. As long as they're out of my hair, let them go to school, get them out of my hair. I smoke my cigarettes, sit on my fat ass, watching TV all day while my husband working, and when he goes out after work with his friends to the bar and everything. Put the kids to bed. I don't want nothing to do with them. That's an average parent, folks. The women sit on their fat asses watching TV most of the time, or if they do work, they don't care what's going on as long as the kids are in daycare at school, and the fathers are just as bad. Yeah, they worry about that stupid football or getting drunk with their friends or getting high like retards. That's the problem, folks. This is the big problem here in America because the parents shouldn't deserve to be parents. I like to get in a steel cage with, any one of them. One woman, too. Bring them on. And teach them a lesson and, basically teach them how to be parents as well. Because you scum allowing our children to be dumbed down and everything else. And I'm blaming you, the parents. Yes, it's the school's fault, but you, the parents, are not doing crap about it. And most of all, and it goes back further than the parents, it goes to the churches. Okay? Where the hell are the churches with this? Where the hell are the churches to teach the parents of stuff? You're even more to blame than the parents. You know what I mean? Like, it just makes me sick to my stomach. I just want to lash out and break somebody's head, man. And it just makes me sick that these kids are being misled. And just know this, that Yeshua Messiah, Jesus Christ, says this. For people who mislead kids, know this. Pastors, parents, schools, CPS, DHS, all you scum that mislead kids, know this. He says it's better to tie a millstone around your neck and be drowned in the deepest ocean. In other words, suffer the most horrible death than to mislead these kids, and it's better to suffer that more horrible death than meet the face of God. Because I don't care if you're I'm saved, I'm a Christian, it doesn't matter. You mislead your kids, you got to pay for that. You got to stand in front of the face of God and pay for that. And people out there don't believe in God, well, that's your problem. I'm not really going to get into that right now, but I'm talking to people who let the kids go down the road, and especially, I don't even want to bring this up because it's going to piss me off. I was on YouTube and somebody goes, you got to check twerking. I'm like, what the hell is twerking? Oh, go check it out. So I'm like, I go on YouTube and I see girls shaking their asses. I'm like, all right, so what is it? So it's like a new dance now, a trend for girls. But it doesn't stop there. For the old adult where she wants to act like a slut on TV, on YouTube, go ahead. It's none of my business. But this would really grab me. I seen kids. The parents were filming it. The kids, little kids, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, sitting there filming their children. And they think it's funny on top of it. It's so cute. Oh, it's so cute. My little girl's got a little thong on shaking her ass on TV. Oh, my little son's doing it too. It's so cute. Oh, my God. Look, I got to put it on YouTube. All my friends are going to like this. What kind of sick son of a bitches are you? Excuse my language, but it pisses me off. What kind of sick, sadistic bastards are you to allow your kids to do that in the first place and show them how to do that, and also, and on top of it, videotape it while it's going on? What kind of sick, sadistic people are you? You deserve a bullet in your head, and I'm not even exaggerating that, and I'm not sounding extreme because that's the least what you deserve. Because if you mislead kids, and you're killing these kids spiritually, physically, and mentally, to make them go, it's okay to go out when I get a little older, I could go out and be a little slut. The morale's gone, and the kids are teaching them the same thing. Oh, it's okay to go have sex with, even your best friend is the same sex too, and it doesn't matter if it's the same sex or even the opposite sex, it's okay as long as you use a condom. Instead of saying, hey, why don't you get married first? You should be married, kids, before you start having sex. How about that? That'll stop the diseases. That'll put morale into the kids. But no, you can't talk about God in school either. You know, you can't bring a shirt to school that has a gun on it. No, no, no. You can't bring a keychain to a school that's a gun. Or you can't shape your Pop-Tart to a gun. Or have your pen like in the gun position. Or bring a pink bubble gun to show and tell in kindergarten, to show your friends a little Hello Kitty bubble gun. You can't do that. But no. You know, let's teach them it's okay to have sex with anybody you want, as long as you use a condom. There's no morals no more. You can't have a moment of silence no more. You can't bring your Bible. You can bring anything else to school. I'm surprised they don't really, you know, if they allow pornography in the school. You can bring anything else to school but the Bible. And it is blasphemy, it's sickening, it's disgusting. And again, I'm not just blaming the schools, because it's the parents' fault. And the teachers too. The teachers say, hey, you know, this is immoral, we're going to stop it. Don't care about losing your job, because if enough of you get behind each other, you can stop it. The parents, because you're parents too, most of you, that are school children, and what do you want to become a school children for? Is to shape the child's life. Then the parents sit back and let it go on. It pisses me off. Then they have enough to twerk videotape the kids twerking. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, it's freaking disgusting. Then they put them on shows like Toddlers for Tiaras. These disgusting, godless Jezebel slut whore bags, mothers that try to live their lives through their children. And every one of those mothers on that show, every single one of them on that show for Toddlers for Tiaras, you're a bunch of damn slut bags, okay? You're whores, alright? And don't try to live your life that you never had through your child. Let them have a life. And I'm not just going after the woman. Oh, man. You, the fathers, are to even bigger blame, because the father's supposed to be the man of the house, the head of the household. And you're letting your wife exploit your child like that? You should be shot, too. Oh, man. I just want to take you mothers out there, allow this to happen. You fathers out there, let this happen. And get you guys in the cage and strangle you guys. Because you are... Oh, I mean, it just gets me so mad. And I never called to shoot anybody, I really don't. And I don't mean physically shooting the people, but you know what? It just makes me so mad and upset, man. And sometimes I just think about this and, you know, almost start crying, because you can't help it. These poor kids are being misled. These poor kids, and you know, the parents think it's cute. Lungs are out. Oh, you know, the mother's sitting on a fat ass watching TV, smoking cigarettes. Put on the phone, playing their little stupid Candy Crush, while the fathers, when they get out of work, they go out to the bars. They never spend time with their kids. They go out to the bars or get high like a retard with their friends. And, you know, never mind what the kids are doing. No, let's put them to bed early so we can spend time with each other and have sex and get drunk and high. And let the mothers sit on their fat asses, and even the ones at work, too. You know, who cares what the kids are doing? Keep them in school or in the daycare, and the father sits at home. It's the same thing. Equally, the mother and the father. They sit on their fat asses. They don't do nothing with their kids. They let the kids watch the trash on Disney Channel, the trash on Nickelodeon, the trash all over the television. And people say, oh, it's just Disney and Thomas. No, why don't you actually sit there and watch the crap that's going on that television show? Which is a Waverly Place or whatever the hell these damn shows are broadcasting to your kids. The subliminal messages, the sex that's going on in these shows. How about this? How about women? Okay, put your cigarettes down. Okay, stop drinking, stop getting high like a retard. Okay, stop playing your stupid retarded Candy Crush. Put your Xboxes down, guys. I know you can do it because you're parents. Put your Xboxes down. Take the video games away from your kids. Stop letting them watch that trash on TV. How about spending time with the kids, teaching them stuff? Play with them. Have fun with them. Know who their friends are, what they do. Know what they're learning in the schools. Go to the PTA meetings and see what the hell their curriculums are about. Even if you're the only parent speak up about it, because that's your kid. You know, I mean, the thing is, schools are not meant to be babysitters. You're supposed to be involved with the schools. That's why they established the PTA years ago, even though the schools barely ever use them anymore. That's why they established the PTAs years ago, so the parents would have direct effect on what goes on in the schools. And, you know, I mean, it's so disgusting. And it goes out to the CPS and the Child Protective Services, Department of Human Services, and more kids get molested under these the care of the CPS and DHS, which makes me sick. They supply a lot of these kids on the black market for pedophile rings and satanic rituals and everything else, the orphan kids and everything else. And it's so vastly disgusting what they're doing to kids. They're pushing abortion, post-birth abortion, just massively sacrificing children for Moloch and all these demon gods and the Illuminati. And it goes so further. It's always to do with spirituality, folks. It goes beyond politics, beyond the money. It goes to spirituality. Regardless if you believe in any of this stuff, you should be a parent, okay? And most of all, and the bigger blame goes to the churches. Not just the parents, but the churches. You people, okay, you should be teaching the parents, and the people in your church who are parents, you should have a special class, okay? You should be teaching them how to morally keep these kids out of harm's way, how to teach them spiritual warfare. And the Sunday schools, okay? You should be teaching these kids about real stuff. Teaching them the dangers of evolution. And parents, the kids have to learn it to pass. No, they don't. Because there's a thing called Chapter 25 in the United States Code, okay, that is called religious exemption. If you do not want your kid learning sex ed, evolution, or any other class, it is your right to go into the school, bounce into the guidance office, and the principal say, hey, you know what, I want my kids out of there. And if you don't, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue your asses because it's my religious exemption right under Chapter 25 of the United States Federal Code that I don't have to have my kids vaccinated. I don't have to have my kids learn the pollution called evolution or any other class that you don't like. But folks, our kids are under attack, and unless we stand up as parents and do something about it, again, as God says, it would be better for you to face your most horrible fear of death than have the face-to-face of God for what you're doing, and you can't claim ignorance. You can't. You're a parent, grow the hell up, get off your fat asses, okay? Put your gay ass Candy Crush down, your retarded World of Warcraft, shut that damn thing off. Stop playing on your Facebooks or worry about who's going to buy a fence for you for Farmville. That's most of you ladies out there, and you men, get off your stupid Xboxes and all that, and be a parent. Take your kids out hiking, okay? Get off your fat asses, stop smoking cigarettes, and take your kids out hiking. Take them to the park, teach them about nature. Go to the museums with them. Go teach them, just there's a world of things to do out there with the kids. Do it. Stop being neglectful to those kids. Stop using the daycare. Stop using the schools as babysitters. And you churches out there especially. You pastors, okay? It is your job and duty to start teaching the parents in your church how to be a parent. And don't give me any of that hogwash with the crap, okay? It is your duty and responsibility. You're even more to blame because it trickles down. The schools, yes, okay, big time. You teachers out there, you know you're doing wrong, but you know what? You should get together with the other teachers who have morals and say, hey, you know what? We're not going to do this no more. And you got to make a statement. Oh, we have to because we'll lose our job. Then lose your damn job. It'll be better to lose your job than have to face God for misleading these kids. It just pisses me off. And especially, the reason why I get so mad for it, because I know people personally, friends and family personally, who allow this stuff to happen. Then they allow them to go on these psychotropic drugs. Oh, if you can't deal with the stress of bullying, no, poor little boy, you can't deal with bullies, you can't deal with the stress of hard work at school, we're going to put you on a psychotropic drug and seek counseling for you. Let the kids deal with bullies. When I was a kid, my father said, you face the bully. Regardless if you win or lose, you face that bully. You try to avoid a fight, try to talk to him, whatever, but if you have to fight that little son of a bitch, you fight him, okay? You fight him, and win or lose, it doesn't matter. It shows that you are resistant. That's the same thing, it trickles down, and that shows them how it trickles down in life. Our Founding Fathers, they had the same idea. Fight against tyrants, against bullies. And resistance is victory. And when I fought kids, when I was a kid, yeah, I tried to talk. I had some success talking my way out of it. But when I had to fight a bully, even the fights that I lost, I told the kid right out, hey, listen, it's like, listen, every time you bully me, I'm going to be right there. I don't care if I get my ass kicked 1,000 times. I'm going to be right there fighting you each and every time with every inch of my heart, because you're not going to sit there and bully me. You know, and it's not going to happen. And if the kids have that attitude, and most of the time I became friends with the kids afterwards because they stopped to learn, oh, wait a minute, I'm doing something bad. I shouldn't be doing this. He keeps coming back, and you know, then he eventually learns, hey, bullying's wrong. And it teaches both sides of the coin. Morality teaches them a lot of how to handle life and how to learn from the mistakes with the bullies. So it goes both ways. And, oh, I don't want my kids fighting. Well, you know what? Your kids are going to get bloody lips. They're probably going to break their nose or a bone or two. That's life, okay? Nobody wants violence, but you know what? You teach your kids how to deal with bullies head on. You know, you don't put them on psychotropic drugs that they grow up to be some kind of a raging lunatic, and all these mass shooters all to do with psychotropic drugs, and get them off those violent video games. There's no reason in hell that your kid should be playing Halo or World of Warcraft, those witch satanic games, and any of those games at that. Grand Theft Auto. Get them the hell off there. They shouldn't even have an Xbox. Just because their friends do, it's not cool to have one. Who cares? Get them off the crap. You know what I mean? It makes me sick to my stomach that you parents allow this to happen. And there's just so much other stuff. I mean, I could be here for another 20 minutes, and sorry to rant and rave, but folks, and when it comes to kids, it really, really gets at my heart, really gets at my soul, and it takes my guts and just grinds it, because I just want to lash out to these parents, to these pastors and such, and especially those parents, oh man, that film their kids twerking. You know what I mean? Like oh man, it's just like, the little girls with their, oh man, it's just so disgusting. And they complain if when they dress the kids in little slutty clothes, and some guy walks by and looks at them like a pervert or something, like a CPS worker walks by and goes, oh yeah, I like to go take that kid in custody. Oh, it's like he's sexually molested. Yeah, and they complain about that. But so yeah, let's provoke it. You know, let's record our kids twerking. Yeah, my little girl with the dongs up her ass. Yeah, you people should be shot for that, because you're sick and demented and disgusting. And I can hear the parents. Oh, yeah, there's a turn. Oh, this is so cute. You know, she's on the phone with her friend while she's videotaping it. Oh, you should see how she's learned how to twerk. Showing her ass. You know, oh man, I just, it gets me so mad. I just gotta hold my tongue. I'm gonna take a deep breath, because I can see these poor kids, and it makes my heart weep. It really does. These poor kids growing up thinking that they could go around flaunting their body. You know, they especially when they dress these kids in the sluttiest clothes. You know, especially like a 12-year-old who's, you know, nowadays a 10, 11, 12-year-old is fully developed like women now, and a man will walk by because she's got provocative clothing on. Then the mother will follow, like, don't look at my daughter. Well, you know what? Why you dress? They look old. You know, today's young kids, they look older than they are. Then you dress in provocative clothing. Of course, a guy's got to look. Then you have the nerve to complain. Don't dress your kids like sluts if you don't want to let them people have that kind of attention. You know, you dress your kids decent, and it all starts with you parents. You know, women wearing those damn yoga pants around or pajamas. Come on, grow some decency. Have some respect for yourself. Yeah, lots of guys say, "Oh, girls look good in yoga pants." Oh, yes, yeah, they do, but only when they're working out. You don't wear that crap in public. You know, come on, have some respect for yourself. How about women used to wear dresses back in the day, or some kind of a business casual slacks or something? Yoga pants? Come on. Wearing yoga pants at church, wearing yoga pants or pajamas going to Walmart, or even to work? Really? I mean, what about jeans? What about a dress? Dress like a human being, not a slut. And you guys, too, same thing, wearing your pants hanging off your asses. And if you already knew what that stood for, because back in the day, homosexuality was outlawed in prisons, a prison guard would kick your ass for being gay. So what they would do is they would wear their pants half off their ass like that to show the other inmates that they're open for business. That's where that came from. So it doesn't come from the hood being a straight up G. No, it comes from being a straight up homosexual. That's where it comes from. And you know, your girls dressing around look like sluts. You guys walking around look like a bunch of homos with your pants hanging off your ass. You know what I mean? And it filters down to your kids. Then you wonder why your kids grow up disrespectful. Then you wonder why your kids grow up to be the way they are, and they disrespect you and get into all kinds of drugs and all that because of you. Right? Take actions, get off your fat asses, and do something. And the church is the same thing. But I'm about out of time here because it just makes me sick, man, before I go into another rant. So, again, parents, pay attention to what your kids are doing. Inside of school, outside of school, everything. Take time and get off your fat asses, get off your games, get off your cigarettes, your weed, your alcohol, get off all that stupid, retarded crap, and pay attention to your kids and teach them about the Second Amendment, teach them about real American history, how important the right to bear arms is, and teach your kids about guns. Say, hey, yeah, they are dangerous if they're misused. Teach them safety about it, because that's on the safety test, so when you get your blue card, safety permit, they tell you to teach your kids about the guns and explain the dangers of them, because you don't want them stumbling around them accidentally. And we all grew up watching Bugs Bunny, Elmer Fudd, 70 Sam shooting somebody. We never went and shot up a bunch of kids in school. You know, most people grew up, from millions of people over the years, with their father's shotgun at the fireplace, all loaded. They never went and shot nobody. You know, it's just like they're making kids scared of the Second Amendment. But it was the barrel of a gun that won a revolution. Teach the kids that. Have them respect guns and the safety of it, but teach your kids, yes, guns are very important for our civil liberties. And teach them, say, you know what, you have to learn how to use a gun because you may have to go in the military, or you may have to defend your homeland here in America against tyrants someday. And like Thomas Jefferson said, liberty is eternal vigilance. You know, that's what we need to be, is eternal vigilant, our children as well. We don't teach them to fear guns. Teach them to fear tyrants who are trying to take our guns and put a stop to them and stand up against them. And it all starts with the parents and the churches, then to go after the schools to say, hey, stop the crap, stop teaching our kids crap. And if they don't, you know what, homeschool them. Get off your asses and homeschool them. And this is Dan Bidondi for TruthRadioShow.com, and be a parent instead of just a scumbag. You know, just be a parent. This is Dan Bidondi for Truth Radio Show. God bless.